So this is just a simple short video. So what exactly is the point of having a 404 page or an error page, depending on what I call it? Well, basically, if someone types in your URL wrong, your page wrong, your blog wrong, whatever it may be, on your site, having something like that, a 404 page, it basically means it stops them basically leaving your site. So I haven't got a page called PBNs or Private Blog Network or Public Blog Network, which you want to call it. Because I haven't got anything in place like that, if someone types in, say, PBNs like this, it takes us to a nice, clear, easy to follow 404 page. That basically means, as a whole, it stops them leaving your site. So, as an example here, we can see 404 page, there's nothing here. Sorry, the page you're looking for in this blog does not exist. So, clicking here takes us back to our site. So, another example, if we want to check it, if something else, let's just say we wanted to say a guest post, and let's say we spelt it wrong for some reason. So let's go like that. We put two T's. You see again, 404, there's nothing here. Sorry, the page you're looking for in this blog doesn't exist. So we can do like that. We can click it to get back here. If you do it right, it should work in any screen size, whether it's a desktop screen, a laptop screen, a mobile phone screen, anything in the world, it should work or whatever you type in. So if we run instead, say, a pet site, so let's just say we had pets covering every animal set for dogs for some reason. So if we were to type in, say, dogs on our site, this is of the e-commerce site or SEO site, depending on what I call it, then this itself can be used to basically show a 404. So you see again, that does the job. So what's the perspective from a SEO viewpoint? Why do we need this? Why is this important? Well, if, for example purposes, we had a page before, for example purposes, if we had a page, for example, in the past, they knew we already had a page, for example purposes, just make it simple, just call it guest posts. If we had a page like that before, and it doesn't exist anymore, it does again, 404, if there's nothing new here, or nothing here, that's how we do it. So we can see here, we got error pages, we call it here, so we can give it different names, different titles, depending on what we call it. So having two different names is not an issue. So doesn't really matter too much what we call it. Basically, no, it doesn't really matter too much. So you could call it an error page if you want to, or you can call it a 404 page. We could call it redirection. We can call it anything we want. It doesn't really matter. But as long as it's something like error page 404, that is good enough. So can this be used to, boost our rankings? That's what you're probably wanting to know. Yes, it can do if people keep typing in dead links in your site and it keeps coming up with a 404. That itself does a job, so then it's more easy for people to find in regards to whatever they're looking for. So if you had a dead page before, or you had a page before called guest post, you had a one called PBNs, Private Blog Network, you had another one called Harbor, or you had something else, as long as it takes them to 404 page and it's easy to get back to your homepage, that does the job. So that itself is sufficient. You don't have to make it too beautiful. You don't have to have a really cool image, really beautiful image. If you want to, you can do that. But be aware, it's not going to do something too major to your site unless you're very sure itself is going to be leading to a potential chance to get a higher click through it. So you could, in theory, include something more interesting, such as a funny image, a video, a music thing. You can do everything if you want to. If you feel a need, you can do it. But for us, this is good enough. It does the job. So that itself is basically a 404. It's just simply a page which basically, if someone misspells your thing wrong, or they type in a dead page, a page you used to have, then it leads to 404. That basically does the job, and that's simply it. So this isn't the Blogger platform, but you can do similar things whether you're doing a React site, you're doing a Drupal site, a WordPress site, or any other site style. Anyway, that's our video. Thanks, and have a good week. See ya.